boxes side by side, as you can see, the iPhone 12 mini's box is really tiny. And this is the iPhone XR's box, this is the S20 Ultra's box, and this is the Pixel 2 XL's box. If you see the widths of these boxes, the iPhone 12 mini's box is really thin, really small. iPhone XR's box is just below the iPhone 12 mini's box. So comparing the actual devices, this is iPhone 12 mini, this is Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, this is the iPhone XR, this is the Pixel 2 XL. This is a 6.7 inch screen. These are the differences in the screen sizes. So this is the difference in screen sizes. And this is the difference in the actual body sizes. If you compare the width, it's almost the same. Just the XR has the rounded corners and the iPhone 12 mini has the squared edges. So it looks a bit different, but I think in the width it's almost the same. So guys, this is the tiny box in which the iPhone 12 mini comes in, and inside the box you get this Type-C to Lightning port cable. The phone also comes attached with a sticker which has the markers for the buttons, like here is the volume control buttons and here is the mute switch. You also get a SIM ejector tool, some usual paperwork, and also an Apple sticker, which I think is the same size that we used to previously get, not a tiny sticker. So talking about how the phone feels in the hand, it actually feels super premium and also very lightweight. Now I ordered the blue color because this is the new one of all the other colors, but I would say that I prefer the aluminium edges more than the glossy back panel that is there, because it is a huge fingerprint magnet. The squared edge design does feel more grippy and it's less prone to fall now because of the extra grip that it offers. But still, I would say that the rounded edges felt more premium in the hands. These squared edges do feel a bit jarring and a bit uncomfortable, especially if you have the Max version, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Then it would be a bit more difficult to hold the phone and a little less comfortable than the rounded edges that was there previously. But still, this is something you will get used to, and it is reminiscent of the old iPhone 5s design. But still, I would suggest do put a case on it because it is a huge fingerprint magnet, and just after taking out the phone out of the box, and just touching it for a couple of seconds, I literally got hundreds of fingerprints on this back design. So I do wish how the camera housing has the matte finish. I do wish that the entire back had the same matte finish, but yeah, that is reserved for the Pro models. And also one thing to point out is that the new iPhone 12 models come with a ceramic shield, so the glass is more tougher than before, but it is even more prone to scratches now. I noticed this a lot in other reviews, that many reviewers already got their iPhone 12 model scratched. So probably this time I think it's okay to get even a cheaper skin just to protect the device from getting scratches, and you don't have to worry that much about dropping it now. But yeah, glass is glass and glass will break, so better to have good protection. The weight of the device is really good and it does not feel that heavy. Of course, yeah, it is not that light as I expected it to be, and not as light as the iPhone 5s and the original iPhone SE, but still it's okayish. And this is something that I really love about the weight of a phone, is because I don't know if you do this, but I usually like to watch Netflix or YouTube at night lying down on my bed and holding the phone like this. So if it's a really heavy phone like the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, then it becomes really difficult to hold it for longer periods of time and your hands start to feel that pain. But with this phone, it's more comfortable now. Now talking about the screen size, so even though it comes in a smaller form factor, I am really glad to see that the screen size is not that small. The screen size is actually respectable even as per 2020 standards. Yes, it is the smallest screen size that you would probably get out there, the 5.4 inch screen, but it is not that small as the iPhone SE, not even the original, not even the iPhone SE 2020. The screen size is bigger than that. So it's more comfortable to watch media on this, and I watched a couple of movies and YouTube videos on this phone and I had no problems with the media consumption on this phone. At first, I did feel like this phone would be too mini, but after using it for a day, I think this is one of the perfect screen sizes and also the perfect form factor that you can get right now. Of course, the media consumption experience would be much better on a bigger screen size phone, and this is something that I think you might notice in the long run, because this is something that I did notice with the original iPhone SE that came out. I was using it as my daily driver, but after a couple of months down the line, I did feel the need of a bigger screen. So do keep that in mind as well. If you watch a lot of content, then it's better to go for the regular iPhone 12, because there is not much of a price difference as well. Now next thing about the notch on this phone, I think I'm pretty much used to the notch by now, and it's the same notch that we've been getting previously. it's not smaller as we expect it to be as per the rumors, but still, I think we are pretty much used to it now. Yes, it is something that should not have existed in 2020 comparing with the other smartphone manufacturing OEMs, but still, I don't really mind it that much as of yet. And the fact that it houses the latest Face ID actually makes it more secure than ever. Now I know the Face ID hasn't been changed from the last year's model, not as per the specs, not as per other reviews out there, but still I did notice some improvement in the angles. For example, if I even keep my phone like this, it's still unlocked. So I'm not sure if this angle is better than what you expect it to be, but still it's better for me, especially comparing with the iPhone XR. So I think this is a huge thing, and even at night it's really reliable. But still, as we all know, there is no mask support on this Face ID, so that is a bit of a disappointment. But having that support might have made it less secure, so that is something that you have to go with as of now. And the passcode is always there. Now let's quickly take a look at the camera samples of this phone. So I think that the f1.6 aperture really makes a difference, but not that much of a difference. But yeah, low light images without any night mode also were really great. There were crisp details that I noticed. Now we have night mode on all the cameras, but even though the night mode on the front camera is not that pleasing, it has a tendency to over sharpen and actually produce some realistic results, and that is why it does not look that much pleasing. So probably you might want to tweak it or use the flash. Also, there is one thing to point out, and this I have noticed with every phone that I have unboxed and used till today, that when you take the phone out of the box and use it for one day, the photos do not look that impressive. Probably because the processor that is there, it's using that machine learning to produce better results for you. After taking photos for a day or so, you might notice drastic improvement in the camera performance. So do not be disappointed on the first day itself, because at first I was kind of feeling like the camera was not that good, especially compared to my S20 Ultra. As in, when I kept on taking more and more photos and videos, the results seemed to improve drastically, and now I'm really convinced that this is one of the best cameras out there. So that's it guys for this review. This was just an unboxing and first impressions review of this phone. I'll be surely putting out more reviews of this phone and also interesting camera comparisons. Comparison of this camera with the S20 Ultra and also with the iPhone XR. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that, and also let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below, and let me know what you would like to see about this device or what you would like to know. I'll make sure to test that out and let you know in the comment section at the earliest, so that you can quickly make your purchase decision. So that's it guys. Hope you guys like this video. Peace.